Susan Beattie, the author of Luke's Storybook Adventure Series. And I'm here at Busch Wildlife Sanctuary in Jupiter, Florida. And I'm with Amy, the executive director, and Hannibal. And a few years ago, when I was just publishing my second book, Luke's Gold Rush Adventure, I featured many of the animals in the back that are here from Busch Wildlife and a little bit about their story.
Yeah, so this is Hannibal, and he is obviously a bald eagle. And Hannibal came into us on April Fool's Day in 2015. Just a young bird, we're guessing about 6 weeks old. Unfortunately, he was very underweight. He was very dehydrated, and his whole head was covered in like scabs. And his eyes were closed. We were able to open them up and examine them, and we actually thought that they had quite a bit of damage to them. So we started him with fluid therapy and vitamin therapy and pain management for the injuries that he obviously had, and took him over to our veterinary ophthalmologist, who so kindly donates her time to us. She actually, upon initial exam, felt that Hannibal was blind, that his eyes had been so terribly scratched and damaged from something that he wasn't going to be able to see. And we were very concerned that it was going to be a case we wouldn't really be able to help. But I brought Hannibal back here, and I went in, I grabbed some food, I went to put it in the enclosure, and he ripped it right out of my hand. And that really told me that this bird can see something. We don't know how much, but there's a real spirit and a real will to live in there. Started feeding him, started getting sprier, and then about 10 days later, which was April 11th, my birthday actually, all of a sudden underneath Hannibal's left eye, there was this large mass that had started to form. And it really kind of freaked me out. We rushed him back over to the vet and we removed it because we thought it was like an abscess, opened it up and removed what we could. And within 12 days, it came back double the size. It almost looked like a barnacle you see on the side of a ship. And it actually overtaken the whole side of Hannibal's face. We went back over to our vet again. They did another surgery and they actually removed basically the whole lower eyelid. And what we found out after testing that mass was it was cancer. It was squamous cell carcinoma in an 8-week-old bird, just almost unheard of. And because of that, the type of cancer has a very high recurrence rate. And so the veterinarians thought that this is probably something that's going to come back and really start to affect him, and that he wouldn't be a good candidate for release. So immediately at a very young age, we started working with him for our Animal Ambassador program. And Hannibal has done great. Unfortunately, about 1.5 years after he had his eyelid removed, that left eye really started to give him a lot of trouble as well. Mostly pain. It was causing him a lot of discomfort, and it was actually affecting his sinuses. And so we opted to what's called enucleate, or remove the eye. And since then, he's been doing really, really well. He has not, knock on wood, had any cancer flare-ups or anything. So he's been in remission for now. And he travels around teaching school kids, adults, anybody who will listen, all about bald eagles. And also, I think, really a story of survival and strength and hope.
Great. I love it. So that's what we're doing, is trying to get the stories of the animals, and there's so many different stories as to how they end up in a sanctuary. Sometimes they can be treated and set back in the wild. In this case, Hannibal could not survive, so he lives out his life here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and for more information about Luke's storybooks and my virtual speaking engagements for schools, click the link to my website in the description below, or send me an email. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. If this is the first time you've been to my site, tap the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our new videos.